everybody. This is Pete from PA Labs, and I want to do an introductory video on Paint.net. Paint.net is your one-stop shop for dealing with graphics. It has tremendous power, a bit of a learning curve. It's got layers, colors, tools out the wazoo, and it's easy to use and easy to get confused in. So what we're going to do is kind of approach Paint.net from just beginning to end as I use it. So you can close down all the panels and get it off this screen. And if it starts this way, you'll kind of go, where is everything? That's where this little toolbar on the upper right. This brings up your tools. This brings up the history of everything that you've done to this image in order, so you can actually undo it. I'm not going to because this shows up as a bright white, and it's too early in the morning for bright white for my eyes, so I don't need history. Layers, that brings up your layer panel, so you can see what layer you're working with and how many layers you have. And you have your color palette. Okay, so those are your three primaries. Your selection and color palette is pretty active. Let's go ahead and select these. You can jump around in here all you want. You can come over here and you can put in RGB. You can select from the gradient. You can play with your alpha opacity. You can pretty much do anything you want to do with color. There are other color palettes, I believe, that you can install, since this is quite extendable and this has quite a following. Excuse me. You have a configure button, settings button here, which lets you change the configuration of just about everything in Paint.net. You can actually change the default setting for all the tools that there are in Paint.net. You can change your user interface, canvas, all manner of stuff, okay? This is going to be an overall arching kind of thing. You have a zoom down here. You can zoom bigger or smaller. I don't like using this personally. It's easier to use the control and mouse wheel to zoom. That's how I zoom. You have infinite zoom. Let's see, across the bottom, it tracks your mouse in this section here. Okay, it tells you what your image size is here. And then if you start actually doing something, I'm going to use the square selection. As I draw this out, you'll notice down here on the left, it's going to tell me the size of what it is I am selecting. Okay, so we can zoom this up really big and focus in on this, and you can get real specific. Okay, that's only 24 pixels by 24 pixels. If you want to see something at normal size, you can go to actual size, and it's much smaller. Okay, so that's the beauty of the infinite zoom that you have here. A quick rundown on tools. You have a rectangular selection. I believe, yeah, this is a lasso selection. This one is kind of bizarre. You can do strange shapes of trying to do a selection. And interestingly, you can say edit invert selection. So if I've selected that, I can then invert it and select everything except that. So that's a goodie to keep in mind. You have a circle selection or an oval, because this can be whatever size shape you want to make it. You have the magic wand, which selects everything of a color that you select. And the tolerance to the color is this bar here. You can cheat it down really low and only grab one specific contiguous color, or you can make it bigger and grab a bunch. There's this third row here on the toolbar, or second row of toolbar, third row of the panels here, is the specifics for the tool you have selected. So if I go to fill, I can fill with a tolerance of 47, or I can fill with 100%. Everything in Paint.net is kind of an alpha sort of thing. You got fill modes. You've got what layer you're playing with, and right now I only have one layer. You have a paintbrush, and you can, because of its extendability, there's a lot that you can do. Like right now I'm using here's my paintbrush. I have him set to a 35. So let's go ahead and scroll that back up and make it a smaller paintbrush. So if I want to show you something, so what do we have selected on the screen is right there. So everything kind of stacks together. So as you're doing things, you have to be aware of what layer you're in and what is selected. It's visible only if it's selected, if you're putting it in the system. So you have a pencil tool, you have a stamper. These are kind of cute. They have numerous kinds of stamper type things. You have texts, you have images, or what are these? These are shapes that you can draw with, and how big do you want to make? There are thousands of these. These are just some. I've installed a few. You've got lines, and you can pick all the different segments of the line. You can do color swapping. You can use the eyedropper and pick a color off the screen. So if you've changed colors over here on the palette, I can come in here and, whoops, I missed, huh? That's what you're telling me. There we go. And I can grab wherever it is that I grabbed. All right, we can zoom in. Let's do this good. So we can grab that same green. So you want to continue your coloring. You have an eraser that lets you, this is kind of cool because you're erasing at 50%. So we're going to be taking pieces out of the drawing. Undo that. I don't like those. Okay, there we go. What is the hand? I think that's just to move. Yeah, we're just moving a piece of the puzzle. And what are you? To be honest, I've never used that one. These are for moving selections. So if we came in and selected this, come on, you can select it. I am selecting it, right? I don't know what I've done wrong. I'm on the right layer. You're active. Okay. I'm not sure. Maybe we gotta select it this way. Oh, crap. I see what I've done. There we go. See, again, it's learning curve. There's lots of learning curve. So if you use the selector tool and you're at 100%, it's going to grab the whole screen. All right. So anyhow, here we're grabbing this, and I want to move. Yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and move. So I can take and I can move the line. Now it left its image in the background. That's kind of cool. We can rotate. We can change its shape. I mean, there's just about anything you want to do, you can do it in paint.net. So, anyhow, that pretty much gives us an overview for paint.net. I'm going to be doing some specific small projects in paint.net just to show off some of the features and some of the things that I've come up with for how I use paint.net. And we're going to be putting them in the system. So thanks for watching, folks.